Let's talk about the challenges of internal communication as you scale. This is not easy. You will discover things about yourself as a leader that you may not like. When you start a business, it's we happy few, we band of brothers, right? It's very exciting. There's a small, tightly knit group of people, and they're all on the same page. They're all willing to roll up their sleeves and get to work. And you all enjoy talking to one another because, hey, there's a lot of enthusiasm, and that enthusiasm gets bounced around in this little room, right? With 3, 4, 5, 6 people in it. And that's okay. Initially, we find a lot of businesses start with email or just Messenger and Facebook or picking up the phone and talking. However, very soon they move to some sort of chat software like Slack. And Slack or something similar is fine until you get to the point where you have 4 people in a room. You get 4 or more people in a channel, and what starts to happen? 2 people will begin having a conversation that has nothing to do with you. That is what will happen. And you will get those notifications. Ding, 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 ding. Now you can turn the notifications off, but I warn you, as the founder, as the CEO, as the president, as the person where the buck stops here, you're gonna wanna know. I could never really turn those things off. I always wanted to know because I didn't want to get caught flat-footed later on. Somebody would bring something up and go, oh, we talked about this. Didn't you see it? No. And so with that critical number of just 4 people being in a channel, causing mayhem, causing problems of you and your attention being interrupted. We'll dig into that more in a minute. But being drawn into something and having to look at something that you really have nothing to do with, it's a real problem. Let's talk about being interrupted. Early on in the business, when it's just you and 1 or 2 other people, boy, it's exciting and it's fine to be interrupted, and everyone's like, yeah, I have this idea and I have this idea, and that enthusiasm is billowing out around you like a nice friendly cloud. It's fun. But as you grow, those interruptions are really interruptions. If you've never read the post about maker's schedule versus manager's schedule, and I'll link to it in the description, go read it now. It'll change your life. What it says is that you, as a creative person, will not start a large project, deep work, Cal Newport style deep work, if you know you're going to be interrupted in a couple hours. And as a manager, you will know that you're going to be interrupted because somebody is going to come rushing in with a decision, right? Much of the time it's a decision they could make themselves, but they want to cover their butt and make sure that you're okay with it, right? And initially, again, this will probably feel good to you, but after a while, as you grow, it'll just become frustrating. Like, okay, guys, you've got to set up some ground rules. Being interrupted when you're trying to do deep work is the kiss of death. It will make sure that you feel like you never get anything done. And so as you grow, the point of this video is to tell you about this problem and get you to plan ahead for when this happens. How will you manage communications? Not just within your organization, but with yourself. How can people approach you? You do want to be approachable, don't you? But that doesn't mean flinging open your office doors to anybody who cares to wander in. Bend your ear, waste your time, stop you from working on that deep work project that you know is the critical next step. Here's what I've done. I have made it so that I have office hours. There are specific times of the day in which my team can come to me about any issue, and that's fine. There are also department heads that regular line staff can report to, and those department heads can come talk to me at specific times of the day as well. But most of all, I have someone who's kind of like my national security advisor. In fact, I even call them that, the NSA. And their job is to filter that communication and be the sole point of contact. So they are a filter, right? I've got to really choose them carefully, and so do you if you're going to go down this path. But they are the ones who are communicating with me, and at, again, specific times of the day. What are the top 2 or 3 issues that need to be dealt with today? That's what I want that person telling me about? So this may seem like you're cutting yourself off from the organization, perhaps. It may seem like your ear is not going to be to the ground, but you need to separate yourself from the daily chatter of your business if you want to get some deep work done and grow your business. You really have to get beyond watching the minutiae of what's happening between employee D and employee J, okay? Your attention cannot be on that. And so letting your people know, your department heads know, it's okay for them. These are the kinds of decisions they're allowed to make, and you will support them. That level of trust needs to be there. And that goes back to hiring great people, doesn't it? And them knowing that they are okay, authorized to make decisions up to a certain level. We'll be exploring more of the challenges of scaling, particularly on the side of the unexpected, during this series, and I look forward to your comments. Let's have some civil discussion about these things. How have you solved the problem of internal communications when scaling and protecting your time and energy?